If I may ask, monsieur, why didn't you just not go to the police with the information that you had?
The police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is the problem?
Hey,
Oof.
game, can you not?
Please do, game. Please.
I have no idea. I'm an expert in mental health, not toxicology.
Mental health?
Boy, that's a big needle for the mental healths.
This is terrible. What the hell was Sparrowson thinking? I can't win a case like this. I need him.
Oh.
Oh, he just got tossed into the river.
Au revoir, JJ Falcone.
Okay, so Mousie's still not confirmed evil.
I mean, also, imagine a mouse chucking a dead-ass
in chat.
See, now I want it to be Mousy just for that image.
Yeah, that's a good image.
Well, the defense, he was late and,
Oh, pish posh. France didn't become a great and dignified kingdom through rigorous punctuality. Wow, you're not wrong, though. You're not wrong. Well, I started my day with tea and toast, as I normally do. I was dressed in my PJs at the time. I think you can skip ahead a little. Perhaps at your arrival at the Louvre. Ah, right, of course. Well, my entourage and I entered through the Louvre's south entrance around 9 o'clock. We passed through the Salle du Tibre with little fanfare. At the Grande Galerie, I unveiled a new painting and gave a short speech to inspire the citizens who attended. That's when I was approached by a man claiming to be the Prince of Spain. He presented a rose, which was taken by Major Owl, and, well, I think you know the rest. Indeed we do, Your Majesty. Mesdames and Messieurs of the court, what we have here is another testimony that establishes Prince Juan's guilt. And this is no ordinary testimony. It is the testimony of perhaps the most trustworthy man in all of France. Oh, you flatter me, prosecutor. But I am the trustworthiest in all the kingdom, am I?
I have no doubts, Your Majesty. Nonetheless, I would like to perform a cross-examination. How dare you doubt your king? The utter nerve.
Oh, calm yourself, Judge. I have no qualms with standard legal procedure. Defense, please proceed. I want to see your best courtroom drama material. God bless this king. long live Bird King.
Okay,
It would be the Prince of Spain, isn't it? Because we know he's not.
yeah, probably.
Wait, let's look at the evidence.
Yeah.
See what we have. All we have.
While you do that, I'm gonna run to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's okay, I have to chug water because who knew French kills your fucking vocal cords? Not the woman who studied it for 8.
So can you hover over the ticket stubs?
Sure.
I don't think we okay.
Gautier and Nicholson.
The pen.
Greeting?
Green
Oh no,
ink.
it's my pen.
All
All of my fountain pens have green ink.
right.
It's
So
actually not true. Just most.
I don't think we'll be making use of the book or the page much anymore.
Probably not.
Hmm.
It's Kime, I swear to God, there's something about French that just like hits you right in the back of the throat when you're not ready for it. Oh. It's the R's. I swear to God, it's the R's. It's French R. So you know how the Spanish R is the front of the tongue with the R sound? For French, it's the back of the tongue, which most people who aren't native speakers can't do. Not like right off the bat. So you wind up making this weird like sound, and it's terrible. You never unmake that sound ever.
What's the logbook? What's that?
Logbook.
Is that like the profiles?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the pictures.
Uh,
Oh, we still have people we haven't found yet.
What's Romulus's say? Snappy judge who seems eager to wrap up trials as quickly as possible. What's this guy's problem? Not that he's the murderer. No.
No. Blue? Blue? I can't say Wa, which is going to be a real problem considering that's king. But I can't say it properly. Because it's supposed to be the R, but then also a W? So it's Wa. Wa. I can't say king! Oh, go out. Blue. Blue is a little bit easier because you can get away with just saying, like, vaguely R sound in the beginning. Blue more. But Hua is a little bit harder. Literally the most difficult word in French is say king, I swear to God. I still think it's gonna wind up being Prince of Spain. Because I think it's just gonna be we have to blow his cover out of the water. R is just a bastard letter in French. Oh, I don't ever think I told you this story while we're waiting for Moon to get back. So when I was a wee little baby buttons, like barely a cufflink, and my brother was barely a hole zipper, we were very small, and Mom was going back to school and she took Spanish. And so in order to help her learn Spanish, she taught it to my brother and I, which is hilarious because I don't remember fucking any of it now. But because of that, we pronounced French with the wrong R's for the first 3 years of French each. And it drove our teachers up the fucking wall. The more you know. I had a teacher get so mad. Actually, I had to sit with her after school to practice saying the right R because I was saying the wrong R. And to me as a small child, it didn't make any sense. Small child, I was like 11 or 12 whenever you start learning a language in school. Yeah. And to me, it didn't make sense. I'm like, who cares? It's an R. You know I'm saying an R. Why does it fucking matter which R I'm saying? I was a salty child.
In what language was this?
In French, because the story that you missed when you just came back is Mom taught us Spanish. Steven and I said the wrong R's. So we would say everything with the hr instead of the hr, which sounds no different, I will point out. When it's just said on its own.
One sound sounds longer to me, but that's just because...
I can't do the back of the mouth R long anymore because I haven't spoken French enough.
Okay then.
Or you know.
Did you guys,
We're still debating.
Alright. So this is my thoughts.
Okay.
We know this game isn't afraid of going, taking risks. So, I agree with you, Buttons, in that I think if we pick Prince of Spain, we'll get on a path where we're going to blow, the detective's cover. But I also think that maybe there's a possible way to do this without doing that. But
I don't think we have the
know. Piece. Yeah, like that's the thing. I don't know what options will.
Well, see, here's the thing. We know that the king came through the south entrance. We know that he went through the Salle du Tibre. We don't know that it was with little fanfare, but that wasn't the underlined part. We know the painting was in the Grande Galerie. The only thing that we can call into question is Prince of Spain. That's my thought.
I wish I actually had written notes down too, but I misplaced them.
Okay,
I feel like there is. Go ahead.
I have a question. Where did we find the rapper?
The rapper was in, like, it wasn't in the Grand Galerie. I think it was closer to the Salle du Tibre. It was like in this little like area.
Vase, yeah.
Yeah, in
a vase somewhere there.
we don't get a map, do we? Let me
Actually,
see
let me see a chocolate wrapper that was found in the
Yeah.
salle de type.
Oh, okay, so that tracks. Because
So I think we could go with either that or Prince of Spain.
yeah, we could go with the salle de type and bring up the chocolate, but then again, we said we were gonna avoid the chocolate for some reason. I forget why.
Because there's no way to prove that the chocolate was poisoned except your dumbass husband went and ate it.
No, Sparrison is
Well-
in hospital, and we don't know that it was actually the poison or something else in the chocolate wrapper because you're not supposed to eat paper.
Hey, Scoot, go eat a poisoned chocolate wrapper for
Yeah.
us and tell us how it works
No.
out.
I mean, now that Farrison did that, we do actually have a way to. The only problem is that I feel like there probably was still going to be something more to that, but since we never got to the Emporium.
Yeah. I still feel like it's Prince of Spain.
I think that's the only logic way that I think we could go now, maybe. Because, like...
Because everything
I
else
think the
tracks.
Salle de Type- yeah, everything else tracks, but also, like, I think the Salle de Type is, like a misdirection. Because, like, yeah, you have something that you can present along with that, but
we just present exactly what the king
Yeah.
is saying, that they were in the salle de type.
Exactly.
My game hard, though.
Why game so interesting that it had to have this kind of choice level?
I feel like we're honestly overthinking it.
Possibly.
Damn, I should have enabled spectate and then we could have had the chat vote.
Well, we could just have chat vote right now.
Chat, real quick. Go for it.
What do you guys want? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Overthinking does happen for asynchronous. You can't do that, Vap.
Thank you, Vap.
Bad
Well,
Vap.
there are two threes in there.
And 2 2s.
Oh.
I gotta get the Ace Attorney HD ports. Actually play them. Instead of just dying over fucking... What's this fuck? What the fuck is that guy's name? I've blanked it completely from my memory.
Edgeworth?
No.
Phoenix?
No. The police chief dude.
Oh, Gumshoe.
No.
Oh, Gant.
Oh, Gant.
That's
you mean
it.
Dad?
Yeah.
Southern father?
I was like, Mr. Racism.
Mr. Racism.
What?
Because remember Brandon was like, I need to just think racism and mint juleps for the accent.
Right. That's right. For the southern accent, like, that he was trying for. Oh, God.
Just flip a coin.
Yeah.
I have a D4.
Buttons, please.
Let's not count South Entrance or Grand Gallery. I think we can eliminate those two.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 1 or 3 is Salle de Type, and 2 to 4 is Prince of Spain.
Buttons, you know I can't do
4.
math.
Prince of Spain.
Hey, Elena.
Your Majesty, you say you were presented with a rose by the Prince of Spain.
Indeed. He formally introduced himself. I knew he was telling the truth, because he called me Senor.
I see. Do we want to rat him out?
I kind of think we do,
Well,
but we could also go with this one first.
that one's a better question, frankly. Like, or a better, like, start-off point, I guess,
Yeah.
because that's a bigger, ambiguous part.
I find it curious that Major House snatched the rose before you could take it. Why did he do that?
The Major has always been a protective fellow. I think he was just doing his diligence as a royal guard. And given how he took the figurative bullet for me, I would say is that he did his job well.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Do you have another question about Prince Juan?
It's not really a question so much as a ratting him out, but, like, I questioned ratting him out to what end, aside from immediately absolving him from the position of.
It doesn't absolve him from any guilt. Just says that he's not the Prince of Spain.
Yeah, true. I was thinking that more that would call into question his motive, because like.
But that might be a good thing, because it sounds like from that weird little interlude we got that the motive is to make it look like Spain's trying to start a war with France. So
Yeah,
if he's not the Prince of Spain, then it doesn't.
Yeah,
matter.
that's what. I mean, they could also potentially put him to death for aiding and abetting an assassination attempt.
Scoot. I still think this is pertinent.
Okay.
I have my hand off the mouse.
Coco?
Everybody can see it.
Coco, what do you think? It's a mood.
This game is anxiety-inducing, and I never signed up for that.
I don't know. I'm trying to think, because if we can find a way to get him innocent without ratting him out, then I feel we will have done more good in the long run. But if we don't manage to find him innocent, then this will blow up even more if we don't, reveal that he isn't the prince.
I think you might have the right train of thought, but I think because we messed up the first set of days, we never got the information we would need to do this.
Yeah,
that's fair. Also,
that's definitely a thing to keep in mind too.
We are sitting on evidence that entirely depends upon them knowing his actual identity.
What piece of evidence are we? Oh, the train tickets.
Yeah, like that only works with the private investigator angle. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Even though this feels real bad.
It feels kind of bad, but he knew this was going to happen at some point while being in jail.
Yeah, he wanted this. He probably also knew that this was flimsy.
If he didn't want this to happen, he wouldn't have made sure that Mousy would know to give the ticket stubs.
Yeah, true.
Or he wouldn't have brought Mousy in at all. He would have just been like, oh, this is good.
Yeah, true.
So,
alright, let's just do it.
Alright. Your Majesty, Prosecutor, members of the court, brace yourselves, because I have a revelation that will turn this trial on its head.
No one's gonna be surprised.
Juan Querido is not the Prince of Spain.
That's not a revelation, Falcone.
Yeah.
It isn't?
Of course not. We all know that the current ruler is Queen Regnant Isabella II, and that she has no children. The Queridos are obviously pretenders to the throne. Prince Juan's title is probably self-appointed.
Okay, so basically it gives you a way out if you wanted the other set of evidence, probably.
Yeah, I get the feeling this would be like if you wanted to do the other question, you'd back out now.
Yeah.
But his name isn't even Juan Querido. I don't even think the fox is Spanish.
So what?
So what? That's important.
JJ, what's important is that the man is accused of committing murder and of conspiring to kill the king.
These guys
That is what is a dispute here. The man's name is irrelevant. He could be named Juan Querido or Bob Struney for all I care. It doesn't change the events that transpired on the morning of January 6th.
I suppose that's true.
Do you have another question about Prince Juan?
I don't think they gave us any more,
No.
but yeah.
Never mind, I have no more questions about Prince Juan.
Select a statement to question. I guess
Oh.
Saldo Tipre? I thought that was
and
I thought that was going to be a one and done. I thought
Honestly,
they were
yeah,
going to get
same.
not really
screwed.
giving us that many
Ooh.
times to go back through. Okay.
Your Majesty, you say that he passed through the Salle du Tibre uneventfully.
Indeed. We stopped briefly to look at the paintings, and then moved on to the Grand Gallery.
Oh god, this is a timeline.
What?
Like, it took 45. Okay, Sparrowson collapsed after 45 minutes of having eaten the wrapper, right?
Oh, so we're trying to establish 45 minutes between the chocolate being eaten and him.
At minimum, yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
45.
What did you see there? I guess we can just go down on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate? What did you see in the Sao de Tibre?
What did I see? Well, home and stuff, mostly.
I meant aside from the Roman artifacts. For example, did you talk to someone in the room who wasn't a member of your entourage?
You're reaching, JJ. The king has already testified that he passed through without encountering anything of interest.
I want the king to elaborate.
Yes. I have reason to believe that this was a key moment on the day of the murder. I want the king to elaborate on exactly what and who he saw.
Then I suppose you will have to proceed, your majesty. Alright, let me think. So there was that giant doorstop, and there was the copper urn thing.
Well, we found the...
There was something else, now that you ask. I was offered a box of chocolates by some peasant mademoiselle. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but Major Owl was keen to accept a chocolate or two on my behalf. What? Did I say something startling, prosecutor? No. Not at all. Please continue, your majesty.
I think the prosecution is startled because he just came to the realization that I was not spouting drivel in the previous trial session. Cocorico!
The ghost of Sparrowson in the back going, ooh!
Yeah, he's like, yo! Yelling from the back.
Well, that's debatable. To cut a long story short, your majesty, this mademoiselle may hold some relevance to the case at hand. Could you describe her?
Really? She is relevant. Well, let me think. I didn't get a good look at her face, but she was a sorry-looking swan. Probably in her late teens or early 20s.
A young, sorry-looking swan, you say? I don't suppose her name was...
Yeah.
Mademoiselle Dupique. I love it.
Please don't accidentally click buttons, you're scaring me. Scene, please. Scene.
Yeah.
Buttons! What if that had happened?
I would have honestly had to stop streaming. I would have been laughing too hard.
Mademoiselle Singh.
Sin? That sounds familiar. Why, yes. I think that was it. She was called Mademoiselle Sin.
I see. This is undoubtedly significant. Mademoiselle Singh gave chocolates to Major Howe minutes before he died.
Now, just 1 minute. I see what you are alluding to, JJ. You're suggesting that the gifted chocolates killed the Major. But that line of reasoning holds no weight because the evidence is circumstantial.
Circumstantial, my tail feathers. The king just testified that Major Howe ate chocolates.
And he's a dog!
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that much is no longer in dispute, but you still have not proved that the chocolates were poisoned. Without that, we must assume that the swan was merely offering a gift, rather than speculating that she is a murderer.
Yes, yes! Shame on you, defense, implicating a poor, innocent girl like that. Absolutely disgusting. Why I ought to end this trial. Hold on, I do have evidence that the chocolate was, in fact, poisoned.
I don't believe you, JJ. If you had a piece of evidence that's significant, you would have slammed it down already. Present it.
Well, I can't. It's not really the evidence folder type of evidence.
Why am I not surprised? The drama was just getting good. Why did you all suddenly go quiet?
I love
I'm
this.
feeling gay about this, that's why.
Well, Your Majesty, it appears that the defense just had a realization of his own. That is, that he lacks the evidence to support his theory. Since he cannot continue with his argument, I believe the cross-examination has come to an end.
Not done yet.
Nope.
I'm not done yet. Let me present my evidence. See, I had the chocolate wrapper back in my office and Sparrowson ate it.
Stop, JJ. Stop while you still have a little dignity. The results of whatever crackpot pseudoscientific experiment you performed do not constitute valid evidence. I think this trial is over, Your Honor.
About bloody time. You may take your leave, Your Majesty.
Very well. I am pleased that justice has been thoroughly served. Until the next assassination attempt, adieu, messieurs.
I will now deliberate with the jury.
Objection. Sorry. I've always wanted to do that.
Sparrowson, are you okay?
Yep. The doctor said that I have an iron stomach. Most of the poison passed straight through me. Speaking of which, I would like to testify in that poisoned chocolate issue. I even got a doctor's note. See?
It's too late. The trial is over.
You can't be serious, Your Honor. The contents of that note could turn this entire trial on its head. You must allow it.
Why are you constantly arguing with me? I thought the job of a public prosecutor was to assist the judges.
I told you, Your Honor. My job isn't to get a guilty verdict. It is to ensure that justice is served.
I swear you are the worst prosecutor in all of France. Go ahead, Sparrowson. Read the contents of the notes for the court to hear.
This patient, Sparrowson, was submitted to...
Salpêtrière.
Salpêtrière. Is that...
Salpêtrière, yeah.
Salpêtrière Hospital, where he displayed a variety of symptoms. These included profuse sweating, a rapid fever, and severe nausea. The patient was diagnosed with poisoning, probably originating from the plant known as aconite, aka monkshood, aka wolfsbane. When we questioned the patient, he admitted to having consumed a discarded chocolate wrapper, potentially carrying the poison. Examining the contents of this patient's stomach confirmed this to be true. As a mental health professional, I believe this patient to be clinically... we can skip that bit. Okay, here we go. Signed, Dr. Flare.
Thank you, Sparrowson. I don't think I'll even need to question you.
That sounds insipid.
Between your notes and the king's testimony, every angle of the chocolate wrapper business has been covered.
Awesome! Wait, did you say the king is here?
You can get his autograph later.
Yes! Right. So, what happens now? Do I get cross-examined by the prosecution or something?
To be honest, I see little to cross-examine.
Do your damned job, prosecutor. Cross-examining that little annoying liar of a bird. Tear his testimony to shreds.
Your Honor, he has a note, signed by a medical professional, definitively proving that the chocolate wrapper from the crime scene was poisoned. We could nitpick the details or delve into the doctor's credentials, but I fear it would be a waste of the court's time. Nobody wants that.
Gah! So then, what the hell do we do now?
We do nothing, Your Honor. This poisoned wrapper has introduced an element of doubt into the case. Prosecution must accept that. But is the level of doubt reasonable? Is it significant? I think the members of the jury will agree. JJ's evidence is still tenuous.
Tenuous?
A step above circumstantial.
That's a compliment.
You have proven a link. Not wholly a logical link. But you haven't proved beyond a doubt that Major Howell was killed by the chocolate. You are still making far too many assumptions. Where is the empiricism that is required by any good court of law? Where are the witnesses who can back up your claims?
Oh, I brought along a witness. Maybe she can help.
You fucking with me, Sparrowson?
Nah.
You fucking with me? Hello.
You. Person, it's great to see you on your feet, and you have been an enormous asset to this case. But what are you trying to pull off now?
Surprise witness!
Surprise witness?
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that Cocorico liked calling surprise witnesses, so I thought we could beat him at his own game, for fun. I brought the flower girl, Mademoiselle Signy, so that she can testify about Prince Juan's character.
You're putting me in a difficult position, person.
What?
Just moments before you arrived, we, the court, established that Mademoiselle Singh is a possible suspect for this case.
What? That can't be right.
Saracen, it's okay. Monsieur Falcon, I would like to testify.
You want to testify? Do you understand what you are agreeing to?
I do. I have accepted my fate.
Prosecutor, do you have any objections to me calling upon Mademoiselle Singh as a witness?
Man, fuck it. This trial's been a mess. Just do it. No, none. Bearing in mind, of course, that you are here to defend Prince Juan, not to convict Mademoiselle Singh. Prosecuting is my job.
Of course. And now I need to go to the toilet one moment.
It has been 2 hours. Do we actually just want to call it for the night and pick up with theme next week?
Are you able to save right here?
It is save and exit.
Ooh.
It's just that you can't do manual saves. But
I
I think Coco's gone anyway.
Coco ran away.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm fine with that.
It might work out best, because who knows how long
We're
the next
putting it
portion
on
will
a cliffhanger.
be. Cliffhanger. So, yeah, next week we'll figure this out, I guess. Rip.
In peace. But thank you everyone for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Night.